Installed.
Okay.
Hello, we're here to present Simplifying Sustainable Living. I'm Nana. I'm in a group with Julie and Ricardo, and we're doing the challenge on promoting green choices through digital technologies.
Hello, my name is Ingrid, and I'm in a group with Christina, and we did the Eat Sustainably challenge. So, with our project Green Market, we wanted to highlight places in Aalborg that promote locally produced foods. That's why we wanted to work with Grønttorvet at Frederikstorv in Aalborg. We found that due to their limited opening days and hours, that a limited number of customers could visit the market. So we made a prototype of an application as a supplement to the physical market to make it easier for the customers to shop at the market so that the selection will be available to shop online.
And we did the Sustainable Aalborg. So the idea is a knowledge-sharing hub app where residents engage in the branding of Aalborg as a green place to visit, focusing on green and sustainable choices and places. This engagement is shown through an active participation in the online platform, which allows residents to report and suggest events and places that align with a more sustainable Aalborg.
And now to the joint results and findings. Based on our interviews with the customers of Grønttorvet, we found that such a digital supplement to the existing digital shopping opportunities would be relevant. We managed to make a proof of concept based on 2 customer tests. But to validate this result, we would of course have to evaluate on a larger sample.
And from our observations in Aalborg and knowledge sharing with the IT group, we have found and evaluated that Aalborg has great potential within becoming a greener destination for tourists, but also for the community and the city itself. This would, of course, need further validation, but waste management actions are already present.
Yes, and now to the implicated SDGs. So for the Green Market project, in our project, we have been focusing on SDG goal 2 and 12, and the targets 2.1, 2.3, 12.5, and 12.8.
And the tourism group has focused on SDG 11 and 12, and the targets 11.4, 11.6, 12.5, 12.6, and 12.8.
Yes. And now to the further work. For further work, our idea would be to do more research on the specific food stalls and their specific selection of food items to represent an actual picture of the situation. Another thing will also be to focus on freshness. How does the application ensure that the food items the customers have ordered are fresh so that they are equal to those of Grønttorvet? It's also important that the food items are of a certain quality.
Likewise, our project would require more in-depth research and observation to discover and validate whether this can actually be implemented in Aalborg and how it can contribute to both the tourists, the citizens, and other relevant stakeholders that would be interested in this kind of idea implementation.
And now to the overlaps between our groups. So from the meeting with the tourism group, we have learned how difficult it is to work with a case when you have a remote stakeholder in terms of observation. It can be difficult to document in detail the stakeholder's problem and their routines, whereabouts, and to properly investigate whether they have this exact problem and how such a problem could or should be co-created.
And we have learned how from the meeting with the IT group that there is a lot of work behind the planning and structuring of the back end part. Different competencies come into play, which illustrated to us that for an idea to be implemented, many different educations can contribute. All right, well, thank you.
Yes.